Hey man, they just swept Memphis. They looking for Blac Youngsta right now. They saying that the DA is putting an indictment together. They really looking at everything that happened with Young Dolph, man, because they still trying to get the justice for Dolph. A lot of people say that it was the both sides, CMG, PRE, but when it all comes down to it, man, they're sweeping CMG and Heavy Camp. They sweeping CMG, Heavy Camp, Bragg Gang, everybody that played a role, man. And the key thing that really left everything on limbo was the fact that they found the whole fingerprints that came out the Bentley truck, man, and that white two-door that pulled up, man. They found the mask, the gloves, everything in there. And what y'all gotta understand is, look how Blac Youngsta brother got set up right after the feds started looking in Memphis, man. People started knowing who was around. When the feds pulled up to Blac Youngsta brother's doorsteps, the neighbors started looking out and everything like that. And this is the reason why a lot of people knew that that was Blac Youngsta brother. He gave up his whole entire location and everything like that.
Blac Youngsta should have never made that post saying he was gonna slide on the dudes who hit up his brother. This is the reason why the feds came back to Memphis for the 5th time. What y'all gotta understand is the fact that everybody started looking at this a lot closer because they knew Blac Youngsta was about to crash out. He really led the DA and the investigators to open up the Rico on the whole entire camp, man. As soon as CMG and Blac Youngsta split up, they both get taken down. And this is the way everything is working because due to the fact of the karma from Young Dolph being set up. If y'all think Young Dolph was set up, man, go ahead, hit that comment section, put the dolphin emoji for Young Dolph, put the diamond for Duke the Jeweler, and put the rocket for Takeoff, man. Because at the end of the day, y'all gotta realize that Young Dolph was doing something that a lot of people from CMG was really jealous of, man. Because that greed and envy is a whole nother level when you up in the game and you see somebody passing you. Yo Gotti thought that he got so up in the game that nobody was going to be able to pass him, especially somebody from his own city. And this is where Young Dolph begged to differ, because at the end of the day, Young Dolph passed Yo Gotti so quick that it put a target on his back, because CMG was really looking at it like, man, how can we take the bag from Dolph? How can we set up Dolph? How can we, like, you know what I mean? Like, they was really trying to finesse him out that bag. And that's why they was throwing these offers at him. The first time Yo Gotti even met Young Dolph, he tried to sign him and everything like that. But Young Dolph already knew what Yo Gotti was on. He already knew how Yo Gotti did business. When he looked at the fact that the last 2 artists that Yo Gotti had right before he offered Young Dolph, them dudes got put up and never got actually any recognition from Yo Gotti. Like, they still sitting back today trying to figure out a way how to feed their families and put food on the table. And this is the sad thing, because Young Dolph called him out for it right there in the backstage. He told him, why would I even sign to you or think about it when the artists that you got now, you ain't even doing nothing with them, and you willing to get ready to throw them under the bus just to bring me in. And so he said, I don't want that same thing happening to me. If it don't end up being a hit, then basically what Yo Gotti was saying was that he was going to throw them other 2 dudes to the side and not even put no bread into them or anything like that. He was just going to try to make it so that he could get all the hype off of Young Dolph's name. The other 2 dudes that was signed to CMG at that time and to Yo Gotti and everything like that, they ended up leaving the group because at the end of the day, they songs got taken, all their money got taken and everything. They still owe CMG. And this is the reason why a lot of people was like, nah, I ain't want to work with them, because they wanted to have everything that they was doing on their own. And this is why Young Dolph said he was making over $100 million already on his own. So why would he need to get a handout from a whole nother man who's not even willing to give him a real piece of the pie, man? And this is the moment that really got Young Dolph like a target on his back, because when he said that to Yo Gotti didn't even think of anything like that. He wasn't even at that level that Young Dolph was thinking at. And this is the reason why he took it as a disrespectful move. He couldn't see it that Dolph was doing a boss move, and that, you know, bosses don't sign other bosses. You partner together to make something happen. And so this is what Yo Gotti couldn't see through. And Young Dolph already knew the game because he was really hustling out there. This is the difference between Young Dolph and Yo Gotti. A lot of people saying that whatever Yo Gotti was saying about him moving in the streets, it was all made up. That Yo Gotti didn't actually end up doing the things like he said in his songs. And so when you listen to Young Dolph, he was really out there like hustling, doing what he could do to make the community better, to make sure that people understand that he's not about actually trying to take and hit up other people and take from somebody and everything like that. But at the other hand, Yo Gotti and them, they was really trying to get all that stuff done. This is the reason why Finesse 2 Times had a fallout with Moneybagg Yo and Blac Youngsta, because they couldn't all agree to the terms where Finesse 2 Times started seeing the little weird hints here and there about how Blac Youngsta and Moneybagg Yo was gonna go end up signing with Yo Gotti. They told each other that they wasn't gonna play into the CMG PRE beef because Young Dolph had a lot of money on the table that he could have worked with Finesse 2 Times, but he gave that all up because he thought that Moneybagg Yo word was gonna stand when he said Yo Gotti wanted to sign him to CMG. This is the reason why Finesse 2 Times came back out and he pressed Moneybagg Yo, because they both know that back in the day when Yo Gotti and Young Dolph was going at it and them two was unsigned, Young Dolph was really trying to get Moneybagg Yo to go with PRE. This is why Moneybagg Yo even got famous, is because of Young Dolph. Young Dolph was the one who put Moneybagg Yo on because he gave him a free feature just because he was from Memphis. And he was trying to let Moneybagg Yo, I'm gonna let you pick right from wrong. Are you gonna go with PRE or are you gonna go with CMG? And Moneybagg Yo, he followed what he believed, and basically at the end of the day, y'all know how all that went down. It all turned out to be a Rico. And this is why a lot of people are sitting back looking at this like, okay, everybody in Memphis seen this happening. We've seen this play out. It's been 2 years now. The justice for Young Dolph hasn't really got there. They got all these people that they got, Govan, Big Jug, they got Straight Drop, Cornelius Smith, all these dudes, Devin Burns and the Cookie Shop, Raven, and all of them, when they actually started bringing everybody in, they was like, hold on, wait a minute. That ain't the people that set up Dolph. Those were the role players. What y'all gotta understand is that a lot of people, they play their roles. Some of them, they was only supposed to be workers. Some of them was supposed to be witnesses. Some of them was supposed to be the guys that was driving the cars following Dolph. And at the end of the day, y'all gotta realize that Dolph only had one op. He only had one op, and so people was putting 2 and 2 together and trying to make it make sense, because they did the math and they found out that it didn't add up the way that they was trying to explain everything. So they went back and asked everybody in Memphis who actually knows what's going on, and they told them about what's really happening and how CMG, Yo Gotti, and that Bentley was actually out there. Like, people was saying that they seen it. They released that picture. The only reason people was even talking about it was because they released that picture, and this was like a thing where everybody was trying to figure out. They knew Young Dolph got set up, but they wanted to know how this whole entire thing planned out. And this is why a lot of people started talking about, okay, did you see that Bentley driving by? Because that's the same Bentley that Moneybagg Yo gave to his baby mama, so on and so forth. When they started piecing the puzzles together, man, they found out that this whole entire thing was a plot set up to take Young Dolph out, man. It was straight up a hit, and a lot of people were saying a week before this, there was money on Dolph's head. He had a lot of beef, a lot of back and forth. It was buzzing. It was a lot of people who was really trying to actually take him out. And so when you go back and look at it, somebody's gonna actually end up telling who sent the bread. And this is when the feds is gonna actually unleash the Rico, because they know at the end of the day that it had to have been something over money, power, territory, or something like that. And 9 times out of 10, it's the usual suspects, that one op that Young Dolph had. And a lot of people, they figured it out on their own. Everybody was already talking about, yeah, you know, that could have been Yo Gotti, that could have been this person, that could have been that person. But the only way that they was able to really find out was if that Dolph footage got released. And this is why they haven't released that Dolph footage, because they really try to sweep everything under the rug and hide it from you guys. This is why y'all need to subscribe to the channel, man, and go ahead and put them PREs, them Dolph emojis in the comment section, and make sure you like this video and subscribe, man, because there's about to be a whole breaking news update that comes out on the next video, so y'all gotta stay tuned.